What up, YouTube? It's your boy Carter TV. You already know I'm back with another story. This story is about a young girl named Simone, aka Pumpkin. Simone was a freak. You know what I mean? Her story starts off at the age of 16. She's nice, brown skin, 5'5", about 180 pounds, nice hazel eyes, and she had coolie hair. And she was the type of girl, she liked to be fun. She knew her schoolwork, but she's also into sometimes the nightlife. And what turned Simone the way she is, you feel me, was the fact that she likes to have sex. You know what I mean? She liked to a little quick fuck here and there. It was like her getaway. It was like something that it would take her mind off a lot of things. She get the right guy to really put it on her. And what started this, which turned Simone into a freak over time, was the fact that at 16 she lost her virginity. She lost her virginity to a guy in his 30s, and he was a pimp. She met him coming home from school, and they talked. And every now and then, the pimp would see her and just talk to her like on some regular shit. He wasn't trying to press up or nothing. He was just, casually talk to the girl, you know, getting her, trying to build a bond with the girl. And, basically what happens now is, she was like hungry at this point in time. She just came from school. She was hungry. She had no money, and she ran to the pimp, and the pimp was just so happened to be counting his money out. And she was walking by, saw him, they chopped it up for a little minute. He kind of like saw her like she was like she was upset about something. So he's like, "Yo, you good?" She's like, "Nah, I'm just a little hungry right now. I'm trying to rush home so I get something to eat." And he was like, "I'll take you to get something to eat, but you want to get something to eat? It's a pizza shop right across the street. I treat you. You the homie." So that basically started them to start having this little friendship going on. And she basically was curious about what he do. And he was like, "Oh, I just get money, sweetie." And she was like, "I want to get money too. Like, how can I get money? I got school things I want to pay for, like senior prom, senior trips and shit." So she was like, "Oh, you want to get money? You want to get money? I'll give you a little money here and there every now and then. But if I need you to do something for me, I'm gonna need you to do it." So she was like, "What is it? Like, I need to know up front when I need to be done." And he was like, "Right now, you ain't gotta do nothing. Just be cool." I mean, we having casual talk and all that. Now, she didn't know nothing about this man, but the fact that he had money, he was just seeing her at this point in time of the day. As time went on, they built up a friendship. They built up a little bond. He had her doing little errands, like running to the store, picking up his clothes, doing laundry. He had her doing little shit. And when she caught on to, like, a lot of the shit was going on because the pimp had her washing female clothes. Now, she must have thought the nigga was gay or something. Instantly, she like, "I know this nigga ain't no gay dude. Like, what the fuck?" Like, anyway, so she asked him one day, she's like, "Why you be having me wash so many women's clothes and this and that and the third? Like, I don't be seeing no women in your crib when I'm here. So where all these women clothes come from?" Like I told y'all, he's a pimp. She was like, "Those is little, those are my daughter's clothes every now and then, and I like to give to the shelter." So he basically lied. Um, she was like, "I gotta get home anyway. I gotta get prepared for his midterm tomorrow. So I'm gonna just catch you later. Here's the rest of the clothes." He gave her a little $500 here and there. He gave her a little 500, and she went about her day. She wasn't expecting a 500. She was probably expecting like a little $100, $200. But with 500, she was paying for like stuff for her to do at school. You know what I'm saying? Trips, proms, any type of, stuff like that, because her household, mom worked 2 jobs, dad wasn't around. You feel me? So this one particular night, she's leaving. She got her money. She leaving. So she sticks around to see what he really be up to. He come out the crib. And he come out the crib, 3 women come up, half dressed and all that. Prostitutes. Y'all know what prostitutes look like. 3 prostitutes walk up on him. Talk to him. "Hey, daddy, this and that and the third. We'll be working at the night." Da, da, da. So she like, "What the fuck is this? What's going on here?" So she put 2 or 2. Them bitches is prostitutes. He might be a fucking pimp. That's what you saying? He a pimp? You a pimp? So she's taken back by this, and she's watching another girl behind her come in like, yo, you good, shorty? So she turned around quick like, yeah, I'm good. And she's looking at how the girl's dressed. And the girl's dressed similar to what the other prostitutes is wearing. So he peeped one of his girls talking to her. She turns around, see him looking, she peels off. Now she disappears on boy for about a good 2 weeks. He ain't hear from her, see her, nothing. So he must have been like, yo, what's going on with shorty? What's going on? I ain't speak to my little friend, you know what I mean? She missing days at work. She said she need to make money. He finally catch up to her. And he was like, oh, I ain't been seeing you around in the hood, Simone. I ain't been seeing you around in the hood. Da-da-da-da. Yeah, I've been busy with home shit. It's a lot of home shit going on. And my bad. He's like, everything good? You know, when I seen you the last time, I turned my head. You looked at me and you peeled off. She was like, to be honest with you, are you a fucking pimp? Like, I need to know what's up. He was like, yeah, that's my line of business. That's my line of business. I pimp my hoes, you know what I mean? It is what it is. I get my money. Them bitches hit the streets. I hit they pockets. Is that an issue? I mean, it ain't an issue for me. I ain't one of your hoes, so I just need to be clarified, and I hope you ain't trying to pimp me out, because it ain't that type of party. He's like, nah, you my little pumpkin. This is how she got the name Pumpkin. You my little pumpkin. She like, pumpkin? Yeah. You my little pumpkin. So they had a little friendship. She came back to this and the third. This one particular night is the night she loses her virginity. She was feeling vulnerable at the her mother had a falling out. She needed somewhere to stay that night. She came to the pimp crib. Yo, I need somewhere to crash just for tonight. I'll figure shit out in the morning. School about to end for me, so I could really, get on my own 2 feet. You can stay at the crib for the night, you know what I mean, till you get shit together. So she like, what you drinking? He like, I'm drinking a little goose. You ever drink liquor before? You ever drink liquor before? She like, nah, I haven't. Take a little swig. So she take it and hit wrong. First drink. Damn. That shit nasty as hell. So she calms. He was like, sometimes you gotta mix it with some juice or some soda and shit like that. She said, that work? Cause this shit is nasty. He like, yeah, it work for me. I drink mine straight, baby. She like, why you drinking this? I like to feel good, make me feel nice and easy. So she like, oh, all right. So she started drinking it more, but this time she's just drinking it straight. She not mixing it. She want to see what the hype is. So she constantly drinking about an hour into drinking it. She feeling it woozy. She's feeling lusty. He put on some porno just to see how she would respond to it. And he watching her. She like, oh, that shit look good. That look fascinating. So she like looking like, she's like, damn, that nigga dick is big as shit. So she like, he the pimp, look at her like, yo, you ever get into shit like that before? I mean, he like, with a body like yours, I'm pretty sure you got niggas hawking at you. She like, to be honest with you, I'm a virgin. I'm still a virgin. So she like laid out all them now. She's like, she feeling real lusty. She like, that shit look like, it looked fascinating. She just like, she tipsy. She drunk now. It's over. So he start caressing up on her, filling up on her. She, getting in the mood. He still put his hand on her shirt, feeling on her breasts. He rubbing her nipples. She's feeling aroused. She like lean into him, right? Grab his bottom face, feeling on his facial hairs, and he reached down in her pants. He started rubbing on her clitoris. He started rubbing it. Then he started fingering her. She's like, fingering her. He started to feel her get real wet, right? So he whip out his man hug, right? As her face go down, he push her face on it. Open your mouth, put it in it. And she started necking him. He like, yo, be easy. Yo, your teeth. She ain't never sucked dick before. The furthest she ever did something sexual was kiss a dude. But this time, it's like head on with her. Like, he whip out his manhood. She like, your shit mad big in my mouth. Da-da-da. So he basically teach her how he like his dick suck. Like, do it like this. Let's see your teeth. I'm going to teach you how to pleasure me. So he teach her boop, boop. You know what I mean? Then it's her turn. He lay her down. He start eating the cooch. right? He put her legs behind her head, right? And he like had her folded up. And he licking her cooch. And she like, oh my God, like she losing it because she ain't never had felt like this before. She losing it. He tearing it up, slurping it up. Then he licking in the booty hole and he start tongue fucking her booty hole while fingering her at the same time. She getting loose. She losing it, right? So then he whip out his manhood, right? She like, damn, that shit big. Like she feeling scared and nervous at the same time because like this is the furthest she ever went. Like she actually had a dick in her mouth. She had a tongue on her private parts. She losing it. She feeling lusty. So he put it in, right? He gently put it in the first time to see how she reacts. She like, oh, wait. It's my first time. Be gentle. He like, all right. The moment she was wet enough, he got her real wet. Spit on it some more. Rubbed his penis on her clitoris and just straight pounded her. Boom! And she lost it. He just went to work. Pounding her out. Giving us a boop, 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 boop. Fold her up like a pretzel. Hold her. Boop, 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 boop. Bent her over. Arched her back. Lifted up. She was like getting done shit to her she ain't never experienced. He pounded her out. Boop, 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 boop. Had her sit on him. Boop, boop, boop. Pounding her out. Right? Then he went for the anal. He was like, that goose had him off. And he like, yeah, I'm going to tear this pussy off. He really fucking this 16-year-old, giving it to her. Put his thumb in her butt. Boop. She losing it. Like, oh, shit. She start to, her body is just letting loose. Like, squirting everywhere. She ain't never squirted before a day in her life. And her body just, like, she thought she pissed herself. He like, it's cool, baby. You squirting. It's all right. You good. Keep going. Like, he was pounding her out for a good 45 minutes before he was about to bust a nut. Right? And he let it all out. Right in her. Bust the whole nut. And her body just laid there on that bed. Boop. Just laid there. Right? So she woke up the next morning in the bed like, what the fuck just happened? Get up, shorty. So I'm about to put you out. He like, what you mean? She like, what you mean? What you mean? Put me out. Like, I thought you said I could stay here just for the night. Yeah, just the night is up. You got to dip now. After he done dug her out, he put her out. Boom. She was like thinking because they had sex, it was going to be a whole different type of ball game. Nah, sweetie, this man is a whole pimp. He seen what your pussy was like. He tested the works. Now, his option is to put you on the corners. You know what I'm saying? And she wasn't with that. So he gave her, he told her, you got to dip. I don't want to fuck with you like that. Because she didn't want to work a corner, she had to find her own way. So past couple of days, she was sleeping on the street. Then she was like, fuck. She need to make money. She need a roof over her head. You know what I mean? She tried to go back to her mom's. She was like, Mom, I really need to be home. It's not good for me on the street, da, da, da. So her mother was like, all right, I'll give you an ultimatum. You can stay here until you graduate. The day after your graduation, you got to go. While she was going on the street for a couple of weeks, her mother got a new boyfriend. You know what I'm saying? And the boyfriend was looking at her. Y'all know how that go. He was looking at her and shit. Watching her get dressed from time to time. She telling her mother like, yo, your man be looking at me. He be low-key trying to touch me. And he basically lied. I was like, nah, that's not even the case. So he told the mother like, yo, I got a kid to her age. Why would I want to look at her? Like, why would I want to look at her sweet talking the mother and shit like that? Kind of find out the boyfriend is abusive. Come on, man. Y'all females gotta stop running to these abusive men. He was abusive, controlling, and he was very insecure. You know what I'm saying? So when he started controlling the mother, his intent was to control the daughter as well. The daughter wasn't going for that. The daughter gets her. She got hands. She learned how to fight and shit. Through them times on the street, fighting for her shit. So she had to fight at home. So she thugged it out until she graduated so she could have her diploma just in case anything. Seen the pimp.
and was like, yo, I need a favor. This dude fucking with my mom. He trying to fight me. Can you handle him, please? She begged him. And she was like, I'll do anything. I'll do anything. You'll do anything? I'm a handle guy. But I'm going to need something in return, you heard? So she was like, all right, whatever. So the pimp handled the dude. He intimidated him, beat him up. And the dude stopped, he stopped coming around. He left the mother with a black eye and shit like that. And the mother was just like, he just went ghost. He didn't come back. So the girl was relieved. She go back to the pimp. Was like, all right, what you need now? He's like, you got to hit them corners. He's like, I told you I don't want to do that. Pimp smacked her. Boop. You owe me. Now, if you want to pay me back, this is what you got to do. He's like, I ain't made for this. Da, da, da. Yes, you is. Your pussy's tight and good. You a fresh breed now. Go hit them streets. Go make that money back. So after high school, literally, after high school and all that, she been prostituting. Fucking. You know what I'm saying? And more fucking she was doing, the more experience she was gaining. She was learning how to pleasure dudes. She was learning what dudes can pleasure her, the size difference. You know what I mean? Certain dudes could do this, certain dudes can't. She was allowing certain dudes to do certain things because of their size, and she was allowing other dudes, you can't do that. You're a little too big for me to be doing all that. So that went on, and as she did that, she met another dude. This dude was a lawyer, and he wasn't interested in fucking her. He was more interested in getting to know who she was. This is about 2 years in. She met another dude. The dude was showing her different things out the world besides you prostituting. She been so manipulating and doing this, she just kept going with it, making her bread, living in a bum-ass building with rats and roaches and shit like that. And she was like, yo, you don't need to be doing all this. I don't want to fuck. I just want a moment of your time. So she's like, it's 120 for an hour. So he paid her 120 just to talk to her. So they was vibing. This is around she turned 18. They vibing, they talking. You know what I mean? He basically introducing her to other shit. You could go different places. You could really get a job and handle your own. You already got your own crib. Now all you need is, a stable environment. Like, you got to build yourself up. Prostituting is not it. So she like, what are you, some preacher, some cop or some shit? He like, nah, I had a daughter your age. And her mother wasn't working out the same way. Her mother never told me about her. And one day I found her in the streets. And I tried to rekindle that relationship, but by the time then, it was too late, and she got killed by somebody she was, having pleasures with and shit like that. So he was telling her, he lost his daughter to prostitution. A dude killed her, type shit. And he was like, I don't want to see another black woman die out here in these streets. I don't want to see that, especially for you. You somebody's child. You don't need to be 6 feet under. Go live your life. You know what I mean? So he basically put that in her head, and she was just like, you right. That shit kind of fucked with her for a few days. She told the pimp, like, I can't do this no more. So when the pimp went to go smack her, she weaved it. Uppercut him. Boom! Dropped him. That's when, like, 2 other girls tried to rush her, right? And they went to fight her. So she's like, get that bitch. So she fighting the bitches off. Boop! Knocking bitches out left and right. Boop, boop. Boop, boop. So he pulled out a gun and started firing. She get out of Dodge. She disappeared. She stacked up a good 10 grand prostituting in the past 2 years. She got out the city. She ends up moving to Ohio. She go to Ohio, start a whole new life. She get out there, and like I said, she's a freaky girl. You know what I'm saying? She get out there, she gets settled in. About 3 months settled in. She get a nice little job as a CNA. And she start meeting different people. It's a lot of, majority of white dudes out there she came across. But they couldn't fulfill her pleasures. So she met this one dude named John. John was interested in her. John ain't never dated a black girl. He ain't never slept with a black girl. Came across her, and they had sex, but it wasn't like, oh shit, this shit fire. To him it was. To her it was like, boy, never again. Because she was doing all types of shit with John. To a minimum, because due to his size. You see what I'm saying? So he was like, yo, let me put it in your butt. Like, she was like, go ahead. She didn't feel nothing. You know what I mean? John came. He came at least 3 times in the past 10 minutes. And she took a plan B, got rid of John. Move on to the next dude. Then she came across this dude named Daniel, black man, muscle bound, dick head, bald head dude. They was in the gym. She saw him and his spandex, and the print was showing. So she was looking like, oh, he got the big size. He got a big size. Let me see what that's working with. So he looking at her. He like, oh, damn, little mama, I ain't never seen you in here before. She like, yeah, I'm new to the town. What's going on? Da 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 da. They finesse. They talk. I mean, exchange numbers. They start meeting up. She let it be known she's a freak. And when I mean she's a freak, on their first date, they was out in a restaurant. And she went to the bathroom, then came back. When he wasn't looking, she was, caressing on his private parts, getting him aroused. And he was like, yo, what you doing? Like, I ain't know. Licked him behind his ear and all that, getting him ready, right? When the restaurant people wasn't looking like that, she ducked under the table and started topping him off under the table. So he ain't never experienced that before. Topping him off and all that. He like, yo, chill. Made the dude come in like 5 minutes. Bust a nut. She was like, oh, okay. He was like, yo, what the fuck? What the fuck? He looking around to see if people looking at him. She took her panties off and threw it at him. It's like, you ready to go? That shit scared the shit. I'm like, oh shit, ain't no girls out here like that. Like, he's like, let's dip. They get to the car. He bent her over on top of the car. Like, come here, boop. Put his dick in. Boop. And start going to work. Going to work on her. In the street. In the street, just pounding her shit out. Boop. Flipped her over. Top of the hood. Come here. Stop running. Stop running. Right. He digging it down. Right. Then cars coming by, so they quickly stopped, jumped in the car. They peeled off to his crib. She topping him off all the way to his crib. Boop, 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 boop. Get to the crib. They going at it again. Now, she topping him off, right? In the crib. Sucking on his balls. And what she does next is to see what type of dude he was. She sticks his finger in his ass. Sticks his whole middle finger in his ass. Boop. And when I mean that dude climax. He was hollering. Shit. It was some new shit he experienced, and he liked it. He liked the little finger in his ass. He liked his ass to be played with. She wasn't the type of girl to lick no ass, so she wasn't going that far. So, climax, she got back on the dick again and rolled it again. Rolled it again, made him hard, and started fucking him again. And I told you, he had a big ass pause. You know what I'm saying? So, she was like, put it in my butt. He's like, you sure? He put that whole arm in her ass. And she was like, oh, shit. And he went to work, and like 4 pumps, he busted another nut. That nigga was done. She was like, you done already? Like, damn. She's like, even the biggest dick will fall down fast, right? So that happened. They dated. They messed around for about a good 3 months. She found out he had a whole wife. She left him alone, right? 3 years go by. She turned 21. And, her sex experience is rising. This time she want to try 2 dudes. She made, her friend Sandra, and she had another friend named Tori. They met each other at work and shit, and knew each other from work. So they knew each other for about a good 3 years. Now Sandra and Tori, they was married women. They was married women type shit. And she was, they was trying to help her meet guys, somebody that she could settle down with. But she told him, she was like, listen, I'm not ready to settle down yet. I'm still got a life to live. I just want to meet me a dude who would just satisfy me. So they went to a local bar. She met this one white dude named Joe. Joe was one of them pretty perfect dudes, you know what I'm saying, you've seen in the movies. Like, he just looked perfect in the face. And what happens now is she told Joe, like, she was like, you got a friend with you? So Joe was like, what you mean you got a friend? Like, do you got a friend with you? So he pointed his boy, Buddy. That's my boy. Like, wow, you got a friend for him? She was like, no, I want both of y'all. So Joe was looking at him, and he was looking at Joe like, I want to fuck both of y'all at the same time. So they kind of were like thrown back, and Buddy was like, I'm with it. You with it, right, John? Now, it was some type of inside thing going on between them, but she later found out about that. Buddy was more the aggressive, and Joe wasn't. Joe was more the, I'm a soft type of dude. So they went to her crib, and they was smashing. She was topping him off while the other one was eating her ass. And vice versa, the one was pounding her out while getting his dick sucked. Then, this is what shit turned left, because she was topping Buddy, and Buddy told Joe, come over here and help her. She was like, what? She was like, nah. He was like, bitch, keep sucking. Come over here and help her. Get these balls. And Buddy and Joe was going at each other. You know what I'm saying? Joe was sucking that man balls and licking that man ass while she was sucking his dick. Going to work. He was liking that shit. Then he put it in Joe's butt, and Joe put it in her butt, and they had some type of human centipede going on. Boop, boop, boop. She was thrown off by the shit, but she still kept going because she wanted to be pleasure. She wanted to be fucked. So he fucking her ass, he getting fucked in his ass. They going to work on each other. Boop, 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 da-da-da-da. So she go back to Buddy and put a finger in his ass, and Buddy lost it. He started beating her up. I don't like fingers in the ass, da-da-da. I do the fucking in the ass over here. So she was like, all right, you got to get out my crib now. You hitting bitches, you got to go. You got to go. He like, I ain't going nowhere, bitch. This is my crib. Both of y'all my bitches. So Joe like, come on, man. Let's just leave. It's just not going away clean. Let's just leave. He like, no, motherfucker. We staying right here. She gets up, and she hits him with a whole lamp that she had in the crib. Boop. Knocked him out. Joe was like, I don't want no problems. I'm going to take him and just go. Get the fuck out of my crib. Get the fuck out of my crib. She was like, at least, now she knowing like 2 dudes ain't for her. Right? 2 dudes ain't for her. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, damn. She crazy. She's still living in Ohio type shit. You know what I mean? Still looking her way. Now she about 25. You know, seeing they shit, working her way as an RN. Building her life up. Still freaky as hell. You know what I mean? Got her OnlyFans out and doing her thing. It's your boy Carter TV.
Time for my daily shout outs. I want to give a shout out to Newbie. I can't pronounce the last name. I see you, baby. You gave me 3 pink hearts. Shout out to Newbie. Shout out to Kenneth. Shout out to Epps. Shout out to Annie. And shout out to Hella Breach. Shout out to y'all on my shit. Watching, supporting. Appreciate y'all. It's your boy Carter TV. And I'm out.